Hey there, collectors. It is Steven here with a double review for you today to celebrate the release of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Double reviews of Tomy, Solgaleo, and Lunala figures, the mascots of Sun and Moon and buddies of Necrozma. These kinda, sorta, yeah. Ultra Beasts get appropriately large figures at the $20 price tag, with lots of articulation. But are these figures all they are cracked up to be? Well, I know why you're here, so let's cut to the chase, and let's take a look to see whether or not they're worth adding into your collection. Now, we'll start with Solgaleo, and this one is a bit mixed. From a distance, he does look pretty nice, and realistically speaking, there isn't much seriously wrong here. Actually, some of the shading and whatnot is really impressive at this price, and even some import companies should definitely take note here. However, in some other spots, it's not really so good. Yeah, let's look at it a bit closer. The head definitely looks fine, so the main focal point of the figure is great. The details are spot on. But from there, we have either awesome or awful. The mane can either be splotchy, in one spot he took a shelf dive and it got chipped, or it's super clean with almost digital-like printing precision. Yeah, very, very cool. Meanwhile, there are random stray sprays here and there that just make you scratch your head and make you go, yeah. And it's also same with the black used on this guy for the main body and on the paws. It's either great or awesome or everything in between or not so good. The white paint is clean pretty much everywhere except for a few isolated spots. The thighs, it can look a bit chunky on the back. It even has a different texture to it when you're handling it. Very, very odd. Like I said, in some spots we get something that is absolutely amazing for $20. Others, yeah. Anyway, now on to Lunala. Unfortunately, she's a bit of a step down, I gotta say, and Lunala is a she. Check the Dex entry for Pokemon Sun. In some spots, the spray is a bit too much on this figure where sprays are used, or in some areas, it's just simply not enough. Unlike Solgaleo, there aren't really any strong points aside from the yellows, which are done the way they should be. And yeah, a few of the other ones I saw on the shelves at local toy stores, they really weren't amazing. I think I got lucky with mine in that regard, namely the head, because looking at her here, it's fine. Unfortunately, though, the ball joint where the head connects onto the neck, there's nearly no paint at all. It kind of looks like the machines all ran out when they got to my figure. Unless that's a design choice, and if it is, that's a really ugly one. Other design aspects, like the markings on her sternum, a bit too heavy on the spray. And when we look at other aspects, like the markings on the wings, the purple just kind of looks straight up dirty. Now, I completely understand, because there's bendy wire in there, that there has to be a couple holes poked into the wings, but realistically speaking, there are a lot of holes there, and it does kind of look ugly. Now, you might be thinking that I'm maybe a bit too harsh on her here, but honestly, I have to ask this. The designs are rather simple, with only a few basic colors. Where are these issues coming from? Not a real difficult concept to nail here, so I don't know exactly why this wasn't executed a bit better than what we got here in the final product. However, you're going to see one really cool aspect with the wings when it comes to articulation. Now, here's another cool part, and it's a strong point for Lunala. Her box is much nicer than Solgaleo's, so much so that I actually show hers here. Now, see, for Solgaleo, he has a box that is pretty much identical to hers, but without the clouds for the nighttime theme that's going on here. Now, that stand you've seen for Lunala, She comes with it, but it's hidden at the bottom of the box. Yeah, don't go chucking that just yet. Be sure to check the bottom of the box. All right, so Solgaleo's articulation. We have plenty of joints here. Tomy was not lying with what they had promised on the box. I think it was something like 15 points. But unfortunately, the design does not accommodate an articulated lion, tiger, bear. Oh my. What do we have? The head attaches into the neck on a ball joint, so this way you can twist and turn Solgaleo's head around, get him to point up and down a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You can cock his head from side to side, which is great to see. Unfortunately, we do have this mane here. Right. And because it's so big, the ball jointed shoulders can only go out about that far. Okay? You think that that's pretty cool. It is. Trust me, it is. But we have hinged elbows. Yeah, we'll call these elbows here. And we have hinge and swivel ankles here. So look at that. We have, whoops, that's another thing. We've got pretty cool movement, but that's about as far out as you can move the front legs for Solgaleo. You can't move it out much further than that, or technically it would be farther. That's the difference, kids. Farther is physical, further is metaphorical. So you'd think that you'd be able to move it out just a little bit more, but you can't. Solgaleo has a big head, and the joints, well, they're kind of loose. We do have a ball joint right here in the middle. So, yeah, this guy likes to shelf dive. He was on my entertainment stand, and he just did one of these during the middle of the night, which was not very good. We have identical articulation in the hind legs. So now you see how that goes. Yeah, and we have a bulky sculpt up here, so we do have blocked range of movement there as well. And then we have a ball jointed tail, and Solgaleo actually came detached in package, so that's not fantabulous there. And I ordered directly from Tomy on this one, so yeah. But anyway, we do have quite a few points of articulation here for Solgaleo, but it's kind of one of those things where, yes, we do have a lot of joints, but unfortunately, because of the design, you have to be very, very conservative on what poses you're going to be taking with Solgaleo, because even though you can maybe get him in this sort of like a stalking pose like you've seen in some of the pictures for this review, action poses definitely are few and far between on this big solar kitty. All right, and now for articulation, we have Lunala. And I really like this one, even though there are fewer joints, because the wings are pretty cool. What do we have? The head attaches into the neck on a ball joint, so you can move Lunala's head around as much as you would like. You can get her to look up just like that, or you can get her to look down like that, so that's really cool. You can have her look down just like when you first find her in Moon after Nebby evolves all the way. Oh, spoilers. The game's a year old. Who cares at that point? So yeah, you can get her to look down like that. So you have, like, let's say an Nendoroid over here. She's casting judgment or whatever. You can stage a battle. That's really cool. We have claws up here. They're both on swivels, so you can move them, adjust them as you would like. The wings are on hinges. Really weak hinges. Yeah. So the opening shot with Lunala firing off that purple thunderbolt, yeah, that was actually really hard to get. So we have those joints. And then the cool part here, the wings are on bendy wire. Right? And that can be an issue with bendy wire, kids. We have a break in the plastic. So yeah, it's pretty cool, bendy wire in general, because you can get a whole bunch of cool poses, but that is one of the risks of bendy wire. So you can get Lunala to take a whole bunch of cool poses with the wings. And I think that is one of the unique aspects of Lunala's display presence, because you can have her take sort of a, I don't know, I guess you might say a majestic display with her wings sort of bent back like that, or you can have it in a more attacking pose, sort of like this, like maybe she's firing off a massive gust of wind, Let's move those wings in a little bit more, just like that. Maybe covering up another Pokemon, kind of like shielding or whatever. Yeah. So Lunala articulation, very basic, fewer joints than Solgaleo, but at the same time, what we have, you can work with it to get some really nice display pieces. Unfortunately, there's nothing down here, no bendy wires or anything like that, which would have been nice. But at the end of the day, what we have here, I think really works for Lunala. And now the size comparison where you can appreciate them for just how big they are. These are big figures which do command space, so be careful of where you store them or where you put them on the shelf. So, buy now, skip, or wait for that deal. Unfortunately, looks-wise, your mileage may vary. Collectors might be upset with the finer details of these figures, and younger fans will definitely trash them during playtime, slamming them into other figures. Articulation allows for neat displays for Lunala, and Solgaleo has the potential to be an amazing action figure, but the design and engineering which gives it those amazing joints, unfortunately, also blocks them for posing purposes. I would say my feelings are mixed. I think it's great that these are on the market, but I wish they were a bit better. For what they are, though, fans really can't go wrong with them being nice, solid display pieces for Solgaleo and Lunala. And to be honest, I think they will go swimmingly with the upcoming Nendoroid Lily. Well, folks, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow me on social media to catch more behind-the-scenes shenanigans and updates. The end card should be popping up now with more hand-selected STR goodness for you to watch, so check out some of those videos. Be sure to check the description, too, to see where you can buy this figure or others like it, and some cool links, like the credits for this video, and other ways you can help out the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.